Nico Minoru is set to make her animated MCU debut in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man as Peter's best friend, but given that we know very little about her, I did some digging through the comics to help give us an idea of what we can possibly expect to see on screen. Now, Nico has definitely been a fan favorite in the comics, and you may know about her if you watch the Marvel series The Runaways on Hulu. But Nico Minoru was created by Brian K. Vaughan and Adrian Alphona and first appeared in Runaways issue number 1. Now, if you've ever had the thought that your parents just don't quite understand you, or they're just the worst, wait until you hear Nico's story. Nico was just your typical Japanese-American goth girl until she and her friends walked in on their parents performing a ritual that involved murdering a young girl. Yeah, not an ideal situation. It turns out that Nico and her friends' parents belonged to a group called the Pride that sacrificed human souls every so often after they made a deal with an ancient being called the Gaborum. After witnessing the murder, Nico and her friends all run away and dedicate themselves to stopping the Pride, aptly naming their group, if you couldn't figure it out by now, the Runaways. Well, at one point the group comes across Nico's parents and Nico's mom was wielding the Staff of One, revealed to Nico that she and her father were wizards and attempted to stab Nico in the chest with the Staff of One, but Nico's body weirdly absorbs it. It's not until later when Nico is cut by a battle axe, the staff reappears from her chest, which we later learn that making Nico bleed is the only way that the staff is actually able to come out of her chest. And as it turns out, the Staff of One is actually one of the most powerful magic objects on Earth. But there is a catch. You can only use a spell one time. However, like most things in magic, there is a loophole. Let's say Nico wants to use a specific spell and she says it for the first time in English. But she wants to reuse that same spell, but she can't say it in English this time. This time she could say it in Spanish or change the way that she actually worded the spell, and the spell will now work. Later in the comics, Nico is captured and is taken to the Witchbreaker, who is supposedly Nico's great-grandmother. The Witchbreaker told Nico she would train her to be more efficient with her magic, but her main technique was teaching Nico to withstand more pain. I don't know about you, but I think Nico needs some new family. Despite the torture that the Witchbreaker put Nico through, Nico came out of it a better magic user. Following this, Nico has a lot more storylines within the comics, but she recently appeared in the prequel comic for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And at the time of this recording, there is only one issue out so far and does give us a little insight about the show and her relationship with Peter. Nico meets Peter right after an explosion happened at Midtown High, and literally right after they meet, Peter gets bit by a spider. Later, Nico and her foster mom, Susan, go over Peter's apartment to thank Peter for helping Nico, where we learn a little bit more about Nico's backstory after she left LA, but we don't yet know why. Peter and Nico then end up doing some recon at the school to see what's really behind the explosion, and they get some not so nice folks on their tail. So based on this first comic issue and what we've seen in the previews for the show, so far Nico has yet to show us that she has any magical powers, or even given the fact that she knows that she has magical powers. If you want more videos like this, you'll probably like this video right here. And don't forget to do the YouTube thing, hit the like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And until the next video, Excelsior!